Well, happy Monday evening, y'all. How's y'all doing this evening? Well, honey, Mama is just a little bit tired, okay? So you got to excuse me if it's a little out of order because I had to cook and I was cutting up some onions, honey. And honey, them onions burnt my eyes longer than ever. I don't know what in the world was going on with them onions, honey. But honey, they burnt my eyes like so bad. Like I have never had my eyes burned that long from onions. And I had to go out on the back porch and do like this to get the honey. I mean, I was literally like crocodile tears. Like you really would have thought I was crying about something. That's how bad it was. And my husband was just laughing, and I was like, "Boo, see, I ain't gonna be able to do this kitchen stuff. We gonna need to get a nanny, cause Mama." I had on all my little makeup, and honey, that stuff was dripping. Well, not dripping, but you know how you cry. It was messing up my eye makeup. Um, it was starting to get hot, so my squiggly wigs was getting ready to get out of order. And I said, "Boo, I ain't gonna be able to do this." And he was just a laughing. No, but I'm just kidding. I do what I got to do, honey. But honey, it ain't easy, okay? Cutting onions and cooking and washing dishes, and you trying to be, you know what I'm saying, the bomb diggity all at the same time. We do it, but honey, it ain't easy. I'm telling you, honey. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to come at y'all with the eyes married now, how to stay married idea of the week, okay? Now, I don't particularly have like a set idea per se, but I do have something that I want to run by y'all that you might want to try because it could help your marriage, okay? I'll tell you what I did today. Out of the blue, it was so spontaneous, and I said, you know what? Perfect. I was just sitting here. I had just got finished doing my little color of the day. And what I mean is not on video. I was getting myself all together, and I had finished. And my husband happened to come in, and we was talking and stuff. And I was like, "Come here, boo," and I gave him a hug around the neck. I was sitting down. He was standing up. He bent down. I gave him a hug around the neck, and in his ear, I said, "Boo, I am so glad to have you." I said, "I appreciate you so much. I really do. I really appreciate you." I said, "I really, what exactly did I say? I said, I'm glad to have you and I really appreciate you." Yeah. Sometimes, ladies, you got to tell your mind, okay? Your husband, your man, your fiance, whatever you're doing, okay? Sometimes, see, men like to have their ego stroked a little bit. And they like to know, not just because they just know they doing right, that sometimes they like to hear, that they are appreciated. You know what I'm saying? You have to show them that they are appreciated, and you have to tell them that they're appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Especially now, if you're a housewife, and your husband go out to work every day, you really do need to let him know that you really appreciate what he's doing. Him going out there, busting his behind every day, working, taking care of the family. Um, yeah, you need to let him know that sometimes. And I'm telling you, y'all, when I hugged my husband, I told him that I really appreciated him and I was glad to have him. He stood up and looked at me like, "Oh, I am so glad to know that." Because I think a lot of times you just think that, your actions speak. And they can speak. But sometimes they want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So I show him all the time, that I appreciate him. And I do thank him, here and there for certain things. But telling him really means a lot. And I found that out just by his reaction, just from me saying it. So just surprise your mind, okay? And just hug him. Just say, "Come here, boo," and you give him a hug and you just whisper in his ear, "I am so glad to have you as my husband," or "I'm so glad to have you as my boyfriend," or whatever. You know what I mean? Um, and just let him know that he is really appreciated and that he's doing a good job. If he's doing a good job, let him know you are doing a good job. I appreciate it, and I am so thankful for you. And I'm telling you, your man will be shocked. He's gonna look at you. He's gonna be like, "Wow." My husband was so happy when I said that. I mean, his whole look and demeanor was just like, "Oh, that is really nice to hear that." And so that made me feel good. So that's my idea of the week: how to stay married, honey. How to keep your uh, spark alive in your marriage or your relationship or whatever you doing. Okay? Yeah. Tell the men how you feel about them. Um, and yeah, that'll be a good thing. So, y'all, I just want to say I got two questions that I was asked. I have more than two, but right now I'm going to just do the two. Because I had to go back and try to find all the questions because I said I was going to do a Q&A, y'all. And I had to go back and find all the questions. So I'm just going to do two for right now. Somebody wanted to know, how did you meet your husband and how did you feel when he asked you to marry him? Okay. I met my husband at my children's school. Um, his son was in the same class as my daughter. And it was totally by surprise that we met. I mean, I was standing in the classroom talking to the assistant teacher, and I had my back to the door. And you know how you could just feel somebody looking at you? For some reason, I just feel like you can feel it because I was literally just talking to the teacher with my back turned. And I just felt like, turn around. And when I turned around, he was like staring at me, like in awe, like, and I was just like, and I started laughing because it was just so funny. Like he didn't realize that the look that he had on his face, it was a look like, how somebody look good. You'd be like, damn, he had that kind of look. So it was funny to me. So when I turned around, he was still in his little stance. And I just thought that was funny. And I just started laughing. And I just turned around and just started back talking to the teacher. So when I finished talking to the teacher, it was in the morning because I had took my daughter to school. When I finished talking to the teacher, I left. And then he kind of left at this because he was dropping his child off. And he just kind of, we was going towards the same door to leave. And he just started talking to me. And he was like, just general conversation. You on your way to work? I said, no. I said, I'm on my way back home. He said, oh, you dressed like that? He said, I thought you was going to work. You dressed so nice. I said, oh, no. I'm going back home. I said, I just get up every day and get dressed and bring my daughter to school. Just general conversation. So, and it just, that's how it started. That's where it went. Okay. So here we are. And when he asked me to marry him, yes, I was very excited. I was just like, because to me, when a man asks you to marry you, when a man asks to marry you, and he actually does marry you, that's to me is a way of legitimizing you. It's not like just, acting like you just some girl, I'm just dating, for years and years. Amen. No, no, no. He want to make things legitimate. That's his way of letting you know he really love you and he want to spend the rest of his life with you. Not just asking you to marry you, but to actually do it. Because a lot of people get engaged, you know what I'm saying? Get the little engagement ring and then don't never get married. They have babies and do everything and don't never have a marriage. So the idea of him asking to marry me and really constantly pressing on the fact that he wants to marry me. And we did, and we are happy. I must say, we are really happy. Now, do we have our ups and downs? Of course, every relationship is going to have their ups and downs. But overall, I love it, and I wouldn't trade it in for the world. And also, ladies, I just want to let you all know. People think that a marriage starts once you actually go down the aisle and say, I do. Okay? Legally, yeah, that is when the marriage starts. Legally, okay? But technically, a marriage doesn't start when you go down the aisle and say, I do. Okay? You have to pretty much start developing that mindset of being a wife or being a husband before it happens. Okay? If you're the type of person that's like, oh, this is mine. I work for this, that. And then you think that as soon as you say I do, that mindset is going to change to, oh, well, this is ours and we're going to share everything. It don't work like that, ladies. So if you having an issue with the this is ours and we're going to share, okay? And we're going to beat it. You know, you're going to have an issue once you get married, because that's not a mindset that just flips over just as soon as you say I do and sign a paper, okay? So a marriage starts way before you actually go down the aisle, okay? That's just the bottom line. You know, when you're in your relationship, that's just like a marriage, except for you have not actually said the, legitimized. He hasn't legitimized you yet, but you're working towards it. When you're in a relationship, you have to learn how to share and do things together and be considered as one, even though legally you're not. But if you have that problem before marriage, it's not going to change once you say I do. So yeah, just a little tidbit of advice. So anyway, y'all, speaking of marriage, honey, mama gonna get ready to get off of here, okay? Because her husband, okay, is waiting. So for his wife, okay, rightfully so. So but I just wanted to come on here real quick, y'all, and do that little "I's married now, how to stay married." So yeah, honey, go on and hug your husband and whisper in his ear that, honey, I'm so glad to be with you. I'm so glad I married you. I really appreciate what you did around here or for the family. Honey, I'm telling you, watch his reaction. Okay, y'all. All right, y'all. So, me and the color of the day, which is purple, is about to come down. Okay, because mama, get ready. Yeah, wind down. It's called wind down. But, you know what, y'all? What I'm going to do real quick now. It might cut off. So, if it do, I'm sorry. But, y'all already know the color of the day. But I wanted to show y'all real quick what I use to accomplish my look for today. Okay, I use this palette here. Oh Lord, these things don't be easy to open all the time. My Santi Star Gaze palette, and I use this lavender, and I use this purple. Okay, those are the two that I used out of this palette for my eyes. And